All right, gentlemen, let's gather up. Red, we good?
Yep, we're good.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and call this a do here. National President Mikey's going to be stepping in. It's a pretty big decision we got tonight. So a few things I want to talk about first before we get to that, though.
No, I'm all good.
All right, perfect. So here's the big news. Prez, if you want to kind of get a little closer for this one. So Amber was kind of a pawn in what was kind of a turf war, a power pool against the ballers. And it worked, right, when we did it.
Right.
Now it worked. We got her, and we got the popularity. It kind of crippled the ballers a little bit. Got some popularity our way within the community, right? Kind of put a better lookout on us, vice the reputation we were pulling prior to that pool. Some things happened, Mikey and her, they're not together anymore. And somehow along the lines between us splitting chapters and her staying and us kind of coming back here, she became a past member. We voted her in. We said yes to it, and it's just really not working out. So in my opinion, I think she's selfish. I don't think she's looking out for the best interest of the club. I think, if anything, she's looking for the best interest in other people and other crews, namely the ballers, frankly. Every time somebody brings up something bad about the ballers or just in general bullshit talking, she's always quick to defend them and never really there to defend us. So with that being said, what I'm putting on the table here is pretty big. Not only do I want to strip her patch tonight, I also think she deserves to meet Mr. Mayhem. So if anybody's got anything to say about that before we put that to a vote, we'll start around the room. Dougie, you can go first.
I feel pretty new, but when it comes down to it, for this club, she seems very friendly to most other people. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but when it comes to her loyalties, that's truthfully for you to decide, JJ.
I'm sorry, bud. Say that last part again.
When it comes down to where you feel her loyalties really reside, that's up to you. Like, I just don't feel confident enough in my decisions to say she is or she isn't.
Okay. Red?
And I'm going to speak this from personal experience on this one. My issue with this is, has anyone tried to address this issue beforehand? And well, there was something else I was going to say. Address this issue beforehand, and what's the backspin going to be on this one as far as the rest of the our popularity, I guess, goes across the city. That's the thing I'm trying to keep in mind as well.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I think it'll be a slippery slope.
So our popularity with the city hit its peak already, I think. I don't think our popularity is going to get any better, nor I don't think we should be concerned with our popularity. As long as we can get by with ours and keep doing what we're doing, I think we'll be fine. As far as talking to her previously to this, no, I don't feel like this is something, she just doesn't have time for it. You know what I mean? That's the biggest problem. She just does not have time. It's been talked to, like, on the spot when she said these things. Hey, what the fuck? You're in the Lost. What are you doing? So on several occasions, and she constantly defends that. And she constantly says, well, no, it's not like that. It's this or whatever the case is, she's always got some kind of excuse for it, and frankly, I'm done with it. I'm fed up with it. I am personally fed up with it. I don't want her in my club anymore, and I'm hoping you guys feel the same. But again, that's why we're sitting here talking about it. So.
All right.
Can I go ahead?
Yeah, Rodney, go ahead.
So I guess where I stand with it is I am more leaning towards pulling the patch. I just personally don't know where her lies. Yes, she's always been friendly, but operation like this and what we have going on, there's a difference. And I don't know if she's loose lips around the city, informing anybody else of what we're doing, what we got going on. I've tried to include her in club activities many a times, and the bottom line is she hangs out for a minute and then she leaves. She wants to go talk to this person or that person and go associate with other groups in the city, and I just think as a club that's not where we stand. I got no problem being friends with people, but actually now, I guess just from my personal opinion is chop shop. We do have a business going here, and we're trying to run that, and I kind of count on it. Anybody that's around to help out. I've used Doug, I've used Red, I've used everybody. I try to include her in it, and what it boiled down to for me, and kind of the last straw was I had her running taxi, and then I just got left down at the docks because she wanted to go hang out with Antonio or somebody else, and I just can't be having that, on my end personally. And I was a witness to a lot of the stuff, a lot of the conversation between JJ and her, trying to figure out where she lies with everything, and I just kind of get irritated when she sits there and defends the ballers more than she defends any of us. So I don't see where she's really helping us.
Anything else, Rodney?
No, that's it.
Mikey?
Yeah. I think this is the right move, and I think this is definitely a good decision. To be known
Alright.
that once you're in, you're in. You're not just in for one person. That seems to be the case. She was in there just to be with me. She's no longer, when I'm not around, with my warrants and shit, I can't be around. I can't be seen, so I can't be around. And if that means that she's not going to be around either, that means she didn't take this club very serious.
I can attest to that.
So if you think a bullet is the way to get out of it, then I completely agree with you there, my friends.
All right. Does anybody else have anything to say about it before we vote?
I can just say on my end, I have seen otherwise. She has defended us. It's happened several times.
I can agree to that too. She has defended us on several fronts, but the problem is that she doesn't she doesn't understand how the underground works. She thinks that one group she can just hop between group, She went from the ballers to us. There was a strategy on our part, and it worked for the time being, like JJ said, but for the long run, it really didn't help us out at all.
That's honestly my biggest concern is she just associates herself with. I don't know what she's doing when she goes down to Benny's dealership and hangs out down there. I don't know what she's telling them. It's hard for me to trust her, honestly.
I agree. Let me make this clear. This will be two separate votes. One will be the patch, and the second one will be Mr. Mayhem. The patch is majority. Mayhem is unanimous. Okay, so we're going to start Anybody else have anything to say?
Just gotta say, with the club, you gotta be 100% in.
And that's unfortunately why it's here at the table, right? Because myself, Rodney, and our national president Mikey doesn't feel that way, right? So that's why we're here. That's why we're doing it. So hopefully we get to a resolution that we can all be comfortable with. Obviously, I wouldn't be bringing it to the table if I didn't think both needed to happen. You have the national president agrees, my VP agrees, I agree. Sergeant at Arms agrees. Unfortunately, he's not here, so he can't take a vote. But okay, so at this point, we're going to go ahead and kick it off. Doug, I want you to go first. So all in favor of Amber Lynn losing her patch, say aye. Doug.
Aye.
Red.
Hey.
Rodney.
Aye.
Aye for me. Mikey.
Aye.
Can you explain your nay vote, please?
I'm going to explain my nay vote by saying the simple fact of I've been exactly where she's at of, I was a very popular among several different people of the city. Y'all looked down upon it.
We didn't look down upon the fact that
and
you were... We didn't look down upon the fact that you were friends with other people, Red. Right? You wasn't around. We gave you some time. We talked to you. Right? It all got worked out. It's a completely... I know you feel like you're in the same spot she was in, but let me tell you, man, your name was never brought up at the table for fucking execution. Okay? This woman is bad news for us, especially in the position we're in with the city we're in. All right? She gabs too much. She talks too much to the wrong people. Right? That's the biggest problem. Right? She's only around when she wants her fucking money clean. That's the only time she ever comes around. She doesn't help us run cars. All she does is run drugs by herself and fucking has me clean her money. That's it. That's all she ever does. Right? It's not the same position that you were in, man. If we absolutely needed you, you'd come. She wouldn't. She fucking left Rodney at the docks, dude. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to take a 5-minute recess. And we're going to come back. We're going to discuss this one more time. And then we're going to take another vote.
Good.
Find any good games on your phone, buddy?
Oh, am I playing my phone right now?
Yeah.
Fucking church. All right, boys, let's go.
Okay. That's just weed, man.
I know, that's all I had. I thought I had some on me.
Oh, man.
That's why I said close enough.
All right, gentlemen, church back in session. Red, I want to go ahead and give you a chance to explain your nay vote one more time and elaborate it on it if you want to. After you're done, let us know. We'll clear the floor one more time, and then we'll re-vote.
All right. I don't know. I guess I just get it sometimes. We've all had a little bit of spotchy time being around, so she's sort of had to find other groups. That's why she also probably runs alone a bit more. And I sort of understand that a bit, but at the same time, it's like I understand her loyalty needs to lie here. I'm not, trying to argue that point at all. If you're here for the club, you're here for the club. I mean, I don't know. I think it just needs to be addressed a little bit more pointedly, but that's just my opinion on that. That's all I got to say.
All right, anybody else? No? All right, go ahead.
Can I say something? No, she's always been good to me, but I'm also with you on the loyalties things. Do you think you should check her a little harder, or you think it's Pat too far gone?
Are you asking me?
You asking me or?
No, well, I guess I'm asking both of you. Do you feel like she's been significantly checked on both of your parts?
Red, why don't you go ahead and lead that one off, bud?
Well, I've been around, with her a lot, especially after hours, after all y'all have had to take a flight out of the city, and she's been there, with the lost part of that. Like, and I don't get in the city quite as early as y'all some days, so y'all may see that differently. I don't know, but I know she does rock, the lost.
Yeah, I don't think it's
She
a matter
goes
of...
with. I was gonna say, she does us for events. I think she sticks with us, to be honest. That's just me, though. You go ahead.
I don't think it's about sporting colors or hiring us to run security at her bar. Again, it's the little things, right? We're all sitting in the shop bullshitting, maybe smoking a little smoke. We start bullshitting about pastimes. Big part of our pastimes is that big to-do with the ballers. And, every time you bring that up, she gets really defensive and guarded, like it was like we're attacking her directly. Rodney's been left at the docks a few times. The only time she ever interacts is strictly when she wants her money taken care of, which is not, that's not how you do it, man. I don't feel like that's right. I don't. If she interacted more, if she came around more, and maybe if she just maybe apologized once, or not even apologized but changed her actions after it's been brought to her attention a few times, then we probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. The fact is, though, is that she's been called out several times. She's been talked to several times, and it's still the same things. It's Amber, 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 fuck Rodney, fuck the club, and constantly defending the ballers. I understand that she might hang out with you, and you guys might hang out and run your routes together or whatever it is that you guys do when the rest of us are off doing personal business. But strictly speaking, man, I think her being here in the first place was a power play during a time we needed power, and I don't think right now we need power. I think we have enough power. I don't think she's working out for the club as a long-term member. It was never projected for her to be a long-term member or a member in the first place. So the club was in a fragile state when she was patched in, and I really don't see it panning out. And I think she's selfish. So
I think
to your point, Doug, I think would she change if we were harder on her? No, I don't. I think if anything, she'd push herself farther away.
Yeah.
The main thing is we shouldn't be speaking from a personal perspective. We should be speaking from a club perspective.
Well,
This
if you
club
want
is
personal,
personal,
I
dude.
got
This
lots
club is
of it.
personal, Doug, right?
And,
this club is me, right?
Yeah.
You see 4 people at this table right here with you, Doug, and this is us, man. This club is us, right? We built this son of a bitch from the ground up, man. Right? So when I talk personally, I do mean on the club. It is the club, and it is personal. And that should be the way everybody thinks at this table. I don't care if you're a fresh member, a prospect, part of the 6, right? It doesn't fucking matter. It is personal because this club should be personal. And from a personal perspective, from a club perspective, she doesn't care enough about us or about this club. And I don't think if you were to rag her harder about it, she would change. I think she would push it farther away.
Agreed.
Well, then why not, see if she pushes it farther away, then that would be that.
Make a proposition.
I've done it.
Yes.
I've done it too many times. I've told her. How many times, Rodney, have you heard me straight up call her out on her bullshit and she just doesn't give a shit?
Quite a few.
All right. Anybody else got anything else to say?
I was gonna make a proposition if I can get a chance to do that. Seems how we gotta. I feel like the table's kind of split right down the middle right now on this whole situation. All right with you, Prez?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
I guess this is just a proposition to you. You're going to motion this if you want it. If not, I understand. Here's what I'm thinking. Everybody's kind of, split on this. I say we postpone it a week, almost like a probation. See what happens. Gives everybody an eye to pay attention to it, and without bringing it up, let's see how it works. Come back to it in a few days, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I just split right down the middle on this. Right. I don't know how far we're gonna get with this.
All right, so this is what we'll do then. We're going to go ahead and vote on the stripping of the patch right now. Majority rules. If we don't get a majority vote to strip her patch, we'll revisit this next week.
Okay.
All right. The motion to remove Amber Lynn's patch. Yay or nay, Doug?
Yay.
Red?
Hey,
Rodney?
Yay.
My vote's yay. Mikey?
Yay.
Majority rule, Amber Lynn's patch will be stripped. I already know where this is going, but I'm putting to a vote anyway. Amber Lynn has dishonored this club and she's been voted out of it. She hasn't done her time to keep her patch. All in favor of Amber Lynn meeting Mr. Mayhem, say aye. Doug?
Aye.
Red?
no.
Rodney?
Aye.
My vote's an aye. Mikey?
I'm gonna have to go with I on this one.
Red again. Please explain your no vote.
We were, just saying, just having that proposition up, and then, what's the point of giving her a probation period at all if, everybody knows how having your patch is going to treat somebody. It's going to make them, not exactly want to be around that, so it's going to push her even farther away, which is automatically going to turn it into not being in the club. That's sort of a set in stone transition almost.
All right, let me explain something real quick, though. Here, let me put this out on the table. She knows a lot of intel about the club. Okay? We're about to take her patch, and then she's going to be loose on the streets with her big mouth. Okay? She knows where the chop shop is. She knows where we collect cars. She knows what routes we take on drug calls. She knows every aspect of everything this club does. We already voted to strip her patch. Her patch is gone. If we let her loose on the streets without her meeting Mr. Mayhem, this club will go down. Somebody will fucking take advantage of the information that she has, and if you think she'd keep her mouth shut about it, you are sadly mistaken.
Very mistaken.
This isn't, you got to separate personal, your feelings from this. You got to, the vote's been made. We're stripping her patch. It was a majority vote. That's the precedent that was set forth at the beginning of the vote, both from the first vote and the second vote. Both times, she was voted to get her patch removed. You have to think about this from a club business perspective. If she gets turned loose on the streets, she will destroy us.
You keep forgetting this. Just like, y'all protected Booger so many times of the stuff I never saw. But when I see something, it's automatically the wrong call on that.
All right, we're going to take a second vote. Miss Amber Lynn meeting Mr. Mayhem. Yay or nay, Doug?
Yeah.
Brad,
Yay.
Rodney.
Yay.
My vote's yay. Mikey.
Yeah.
Yays have it. Miss Amberlin will meet Mr. Mayhem. Church dismissed. Fuck.
You're in all kinds of shit now.
Is this a book that is taking, or is this taking all of the books?
Fucking nervous, man. Fucking feel like shit right now.
Yeah. Right.
Dad has so many books, but he more.
Probably take a seat.
Damn. Maddie. Why does he need all these books? Read them.
Got an idea where we're going after this?
Oh man, back to the clubhouse to decompress, I'd imagine.
Alright. Got a route planned out.
Get the fuck out of here. That's my plan. I don't see this drawing a whole bunch of attention, frankly. We'll get it done, taken care of, and get out of here before anybody really knows anything. So we should be all right.
Alright. Alright. I can't sit fucking still.
Yeah.
They're here.
All right.
They're here.
Just make sure you try to get behind her. Don't let her leave.
Yeah. Stand here in the kitchen, and when she walks past me, I'll just cover the door.
All right.
Entryway here.
Oh, well, thank you. Right. Well,
I got some bad news, Amber. We're gonna have to talk.
okay, what's that?
Go on over here by the table. So, you ain't been around a whole bunch, and you talked to too many people, and we took a vote the other night to take your patch.
Really?
The vote was majority. So we are stripping your patch, but we also voted on something else that you're not going to like too much. Probably a lot more than that. We can't just let you walk out of here knowing everything you know about us. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes, but you know what's coming. Go ahead and take your patch off and set it down on the table here.
Are you serious right now?
As serious as it gets.
Did you know about this?
I voted for it.
Why?
Many reasons why, Amber.
This is the end.
Okay.
Don't make it harder than it has to be.
I always told you, we're a dangerous bunch. It's not an easy way to go, I know, but it has to happen.
You joined this club like a man, so I'm going to give you a chance to go out like a man. I want you to come over here. I want you to stand up against that wall, and I want you to look into that picture right there.
I mean, is there anything I can do like to change your mind? Like the patch thing, that's fine, but like the last part, really?
The club's voted. That's it. We can't, you know too much. That's the biggest problem. So go ahead and do it. I'm gonna give you your chance. Man up. Get on that wall.
What? Mikey, come on, seriously, like, can you, please?
Sorry, but I always told you there's only one way out. How it's gotta be.
Wall, Amber.
Go. JJ, let me make the shot.
Mikey, please. Come on, please
All
don't
right.
do this.
Sorry, this is how it's gonna have to be.
See you on the other side.
Any last words?
Come on. What do I say? There's nothing to say. I can't believe you're doing this to me.
Yeah,
Bye,
I can't
Amber.
believe it either.
Let's get out of here.